Hi there, Steve Arterburn here. I want to talk to you about boundaries. You know, God's pretty big on boundaries. He established boundaries for the earth, the seas. Well, they have boundaries. In fact, God warned people not to go across some boundaries just to see God, and all sorts of things could happen like death. So boundaries are important. What is a boundary? Well, of course it could be considered a wall, a fence, whatever. But inside a boundary is usually something quite valuable that needs to be protected. Well, if that's true, and you have value, and you need to be protected, well then you need to have some boundaries. Sadly, some people have a hard time with that because of maybe the way they've been raised or taught or whatever. They don't think they have the right to say no. And sometimes they don't say no because they don't think they're valuable enough to say no to somebody that they, for whatever reason, believe is more valuable than they are. And so when we don't say no, we're allowing things to happen that may not be the best for us. Did you know that when you say no to something that you know isn't right, something that doesn't really honor the person that you are, when you say no to that, here's what you're saying yes to. You're saying yes to your value. You're saying yes to the fact that God created you and you are a person that's equal to other people. No worse. No reason that you should be trod on, trampled on because somebody else doesn't respect you or your boundaries. When you say no, you're saying, I believe that I have worth. And that might be uncomfortable for some people to acknowledge their own worth. And if that's the case, I would hope you'd get some help for that. I mean, God made you fearfully, wonderfully made. So this gift that God has given you, called life, and it doesn't occur anywhere else in the universe but right here on this planet, and you have it. Protect it by saying no to things that aren't right, by setting some limits around you that you don't want anybody to exceed, by saying, me and this little hula hoop size space I'm taking up here, this is my space. And I want that space to be a place where God is honored. And I can't honor God if I allow somebody to dishonor me. So I want you to go forth with boundaries. I want you to believe in yourself enough to know that you are to be respected and honored no matter what. And if somebody is unkind and says that might be a representation of Jesus, they're being untrue. Set the boundaries in love. Not because you want to say no to the whole world, but because you want to say yes to what God has created right here. And that is a you that will never ever be duplicated again. Be the best you could be by saying no to some things and yes to some valuable things that you are and things that you deserve to have in your life, and some things that you absolutely must refuse to impact your life. Steve Arterburn here for New Life.